What's the time? Oh no, I'm not going to do this okay, because I want to go over this. This is more important. Earlier I said I wanted, I had something I wanted to cover and to not forget when we talked about the distinction of the Israelites. Okay, how important is it? Revelation 16 talks about the frogs that came out, the unclean spirits of the mouth of the dragon, right? We covered that last week. The 3 unclean frogs came out of the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. Each one had a frog, a spirit, unclean spirit come out. I want to go to Revelation 13, and this talks about the beast from the sea. And remember when we looked at the sea and what did it mean? Did it mean Jerry had said, was it the Christian people? It was supposed to mean people. When the Revelation talks about the sea, well, the beast from the sea is either beast from the people because he's from the sea. That's a caption that's used in the Bible. It says the beast from the sea, and I'm just asking the question. It says, I stood on the sand of the sea and I saw a beast rising out of the sea, maybe the people, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name. Now the beast, which I saw, was like a leopard. Well, we won't go into that. Go down a little bit more from there. One of the heads was as if it had been mortally wounded, and the deadly wound was healed. We've heard of that before. And all the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshipped, again, worshiping the dragon who gave the authority to the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who can be like this? Who is able to make war with him? Who can overcome him? It was granted. The beast opened his mouth in blasphemy, and I'm just running through it a little bit faster. And he blasphemed God, his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. And it was granted to the beast to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe. It didn't say 1 tribe, 2 tribes. No, every tribe, tongue, and nation, and all who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life. If anyone has an ear, let him hear. So whose name, it says, all will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of life. Well, how is our name written in the book of life? Our name is written because we accept Jesus as our Savior. Accept what he did for us. It's such a simple thing. That's how our name is written. But if they're not written, whoever's name is not written in the book of life will worship the beast. So let's go on from there. It says, anyone has an ear, pay attention. Then the beast from the earth. Now, from the earth, could it be the economy? I'm not sure. I saw a beast coming up out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb, and he exercises authority over the first beast, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay. Performs great signs. Well, God performed great signs in Egypt, and they didn't believe. But here we have him performing great signs in Revelation, and guess what? They're going to believe it. They are. And deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast. Telling those who don't, I wasn't going to go into all this, but this is a message I believe the Lord gave me for this plague coming out of this study, rather, telling those who dwell on the earth, make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword, the first beast who came out of the sea. He was granted also power to give breath to the image of the beast, that it would speak and cause as many as would not worship the image to be killed. He causes everyone, small, great, rich, poor, free, slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, and that in no way they would be able to sell except one has the mark of the beast or the number of his name. Now, he causes all to do that except who? The ones who have, whose name is in the book of life. Is that a distinction? Oh my word, yes. That's a Christian distinction, because we're known as Christians, as little Christ. But Christ is from the tribe of Judah, and he's Jewish, folks. He is Jewish, but we are called Christian because of his name, Christ, and little, that means Christians means little Christ, or followers of Christ. So as we are Christians and our name is written in the book of life, we don't receive that mark. And guess what? We don't receive the boils, because they're coming on. We read that earlier. That plague, or not a plague, but it's a bowl. Okay, the judgment is coming upon those who have the mark. So when I think about it, I think, okay, if I can't buy or sell, or my family can't buy or sell, am I going to be tempted? Am I going to be torn away to go, oh, I have to take care of myself, I have to take care of my body, I have to, am I going to give in to that? No, because I have a greater future, eternity with God, number one, right? And I don't want to go through this and receive all these boils and stuff. I don't know. I'd rather not buy or sell than get all that judgment, right? And to have judgment for eternity, because it's not just in our life here, it's forever, eternity. So this is the most important thing I think that came out of this study so far. And I had no idea what was going to come out of it until like this morning. I started thinking about it. I woke up, how it is, you wake up, you're thinking about something, and I thought, oh, Lord, okay, there's the mark, there's this, there's that, okay, I've got to go look that up. Okay. And it's great. I mean, it's great. Read Revelation 13 and make sure your name is written in the book of life. And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.